Hey guys, I tried making this about 5 minutes ago, got a dose of the hiccups, started yawning. So, my last video, I said that I would share with y'all about my oh crap moment, okay? And, as if the pandemic wasn't enough in 2020, there was a little bit of prepping then, but it wasn't something that I was overly serious about, just a little bit. And just for context, I follow a few other preppers on the socials, okay, on the tube. And one of them, a lot of them are based in the States, that kind of area. Because I find some of the UK preppers, the ones with the larger channels, they're good, but I just don't sort of gel with them, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I follow a lot of preppers from all over the world, okay? Mainly the UK and the States. I love homesteaders. I follow tons of homesteaders. But anyway, I digress. This particular prepper that I do follow, been following him for a long time. Just watch his videos, pick up little hints and tips, and just follow along. You learn from everything. So, I'm there wanting to learn. And he recommended a book. And this book is called 1 Second After. And it's by a guy called William R. Forstchen. And if I've got that wrong, and the author of this book sees this video, I'm sorry. If I've got your name wrong, I'm sorry. But to me, I'm pronouncing it Forstchen. Okay? So William R. Forstchen, 1 Second After. He's also, it's a series of books. There's 3 books. So there's 1 Second After, 1 Year After, and then The Final Day. Okay? And just a little sort of premise on this book. It starts off with an event which turns out to be an EMP. An electromagnetic pulse is triggered by a nuclear explosion in the upper atmosphere. Okay? And it triggers an EMP, and basically, if it's electric, it's done. Okay? And it's about a small community and how they navigate through this. And I got the book, I've got it on the audiobook thing because I quite like to listen to audiobooks. I'm terrible for putting them on. I'm really bad for putting an audiobook on. Oh, excuse me, there's goes the hiccups again. Really bad for putting an audiobook on when I go to bed. And the audiobook's finished by the morning and I can't remember shit. And then I'll re-listen to it again. And I'll go, oh yeah, I remember this bit. And I'm like, I was out cold. But anyway, I digress. Really good books. I really enjoyed these books. Really well written. This guy's got a knack, okay? And I've listened to these books 4 or 5 times now. But the first time I listened to 1 Second After, the first book, was like oh fuck. Because an EMP doesn't have to be triggered by a nuclear boom boom in the upper atmosphere. It could be triggered by a massive solar flare. There was one in the 1800s in America called the Carrington event. And that triggered an EMP. Didn't really affect them back then because they didn't have as much dependence on an electrical grid as we currently do now. But this really showed, your mobile phones have gone fritzed. You've no laptop. You've no computer. Your car's got a computer in it. Your car's not going to run. How the hell are you going to keep things cold? you know, people that are dependent on, say, insulin. How are they going to keep that cold? How are they going to keep that from degrading? How are they going to... It just was absolutely my moment of going, I am so fucking dependent on things. I am so dependent on the grid. And I really need to learn the skills to survive without the grid. Now, I'm a Gen Xer, so yeah, I've probably got a few skills, you know. I know how to make a fire. But I do have certain skills that I already know. But I need to build on those skills. So, there's my oh crap moment. That was my oh crap moment. And, you know, let's do this. You know, if you want to learn, come in, you're welcome, grab a seat by the fire, and let's shoot the shit and get to learning together. Alright? Cheers.